And breaking development coming in on NEET paper leak case investigation. Delhi's Rouse Avenue Court is likely to pronounce orders on taking cognizance of the charge sheet that has been filed in a NEET-UG paper leak case on August 10th. So 3 days from now is when the court will pronounce order on the charge sheet that has been filed in the court. Dipankar, tell us more about this charge sheet. What are we to expect on the 10th of August?
Well, yes, on the 10th of August is the date when the Delhi Rouse Avenue Court is likely to take cognizance on the charge sheet filed in the NEET-UG paper leak case. Today, the hearing had happened where certain clarifications were asked from the CBI counsel who was appearing before the court, and he explained those questions that were the queries that were asked by the court from him regarding the process of how this statements made by the counsel for the CBI. The court said that the judge will continue to peruse the charge sheet that has been filed in the NEET-UG paper leak case, and only after that, on 10th is the date when the charge sheet, the cognizance on the charge sheet will be taken. Remember, there is another application that has been moved on which the order is also reserved. That is regarding the brain mapping and polygraph test of 3 of the accused. On that also, the order is to be pronounced on 10th. That is why the court said that the court will pronounce both the orders on 10th of August.
All right, Monday is D-Day for this case. Thank you, Dipankar, for joining us with those details. But remember, a massive investigation into the NEET-UG paper leak has already been undertaken for a while now, and Times Now has now accessed the trail that reveals how the alleged operation unfolded. The NEET-UG paper leak investigation has now opened up a trail of secret codes, classroom connections, and digital evidence. Documents accessed by Times Now reveal how the alleged leak network operated, from coded question paper sets to accused using hidden identities, and from secret offline classes to a trail of phones, call records, and forensic evidence. This investigation points towards the alleged role of multiple individuals, including teachers, who investigators say were connected to the circulation of leaked questions. Our investigation has accessed details of how subject-wise questions were allegedly sourced, how candidates were brought into the network, and how the evidence trail was built through digital records. Times Now has broken down the complete leak trail. Let's take you through the investigation step by step. So the first big reveal: the code names behind the NEET-UG paper leak trail. Documents that have been accessed by us show that secrecy tactics were allegedly used by both the examining body as well as those accused in the case. The question paper sets were protected under specific code names, Kailash and Shivalik. But the code trail doesn't end there. Investigators found that accused Yash Yadav had saved co-accused Shubham Madhukar Khairnar's phone number under the name AP Broker. The chat records, according to the investigation, show that this number was being used specifically for what was referred to as May 3 network. However, the mobile phone allegedly used by Shubham to communicate as AP Broker and send the leaked questions has not been recovered so far by the Central Bureau of Investigation. During questioning, Shubham claimed that the phone had been lost after it fell from his pocket while he was riding a motorcycle on May 6 or May 7. Joining me now is Bhavtosh. Bhavtosh, now when we expect a court verdict on Monday, every single detail that Times Now has accessed becomes significant, not only in helping us decode what happened in this case, but also when long-term reforms are being formulated to plug loopholes in the system.
Yes, Priya. In fact, some major lacunae or loopholes have been found by the Central Bureau of Investigation in the probe that they carried out in the NEET examination paper leak 2026. While they plugged out the leaks that happened in 2024, some very basic mistakes they committed in 2026, including the fact that the major accused in this case managed to take out the examination question paper from the center itself. Now, what the CBI also found out was the fact that the main accused in this case, PV Kulkarni, had set up virtually a camp in his residence, and he was giving question paper to the select candidates. Now, the CBI had also, in fact, got access to an app. This app was, in fact, showed that students used to come to his residence, and their details was taken out by the CBI, showed that at least 9 students used to visit his residence, and this matched with the CDR. CBI also found out that handwritten question papers were also given by PV Kulkarni to other accused. Now, these accused were also in link with another major accused or main accused, Shivraj Motekankar. Motekankar also had given the question paper to at least 40 other students. Now, it was Meenakshi Wagmar who, in fact, leaked this question paper to main accused in this case. And that's how the entire chain has been established. CBI said that the reason why they have added sections of Prevention of Corruption Act to the expert panel members is because they were on the examination paper leak panel, and they have said that they were the main accused as far as this case is concerned. Though investigation in this case continues, CBI said that they will be filing another charge sheet very soon in this case.
All right. Sensational details coming out from that trail. Thank you, Bhavtosh, for joining us with those details. But the role of teachers in this paper leak network is also very significant. The documents that have been accessed by our team also reveal details of how investigators are examining the involvement of multiple individuals linked to different subjects. The investigation points towards chemistry expert PV Kulkarni, who allegedly held 3 days of offline classes before the exam. Investigators claim leaked questions and specific question-answer sets were provided to certain candidates during these offline sessions. Another name that appears in the investigation is Manisha Wagmare, as Bhavtosh was just telling us, who allegedly acted as a link between parents and the paper sellers. She is accused of collecting large cash payments, charging parents 4 lakh rupees for offline classes and offline paper access, and organizing classes with PV Kulkarni. The investigation also looks at Manisha Mandare, a biology teacher who allegedly conducted offline revision classes. Investigators say that while paper copies were not handed out, questions were dictated to the students. The fourth name is Manisha Havaldar, a physics subject expert associated with the NTA. Investigators say that handwritten physics questions were shared through WhatsApp, and after the leak became public, evidence was destroyed, including a notebook containing questions. Let's also focus on the subject-wise leak. Probe details accessed reveal how questions from chemistry, biology, and physics were accessed and passed on. In chemistry, investigators are examining the role of Professor P.V. Kulkarni. The investigation so far claims that 135 questions were written down on paper chits, easier questions were memorized and later noted down at a hotel. In biology, investigators are looking at the role of Manisha Mandare. The allegation is that questions were memorized and answers were marked inside NCERT textbooks. In physics, the investigation points towards Manisha Havaldar, who is associated with the NTA. The probe claims that key physics questions were noted down. Also, investigation focuses on matching patterns between the leaked material and actual question paper. According to the probe details, chemistry showed an almost 100% match, while biology questions matched up to 93%. This investigation is underway. There are going to be orders to be pronounced on Monday. We'll keep tracking those details. But right now, moving on in the broadcast, PDP workers are protesting outside Kotibagh police station in Srinagar. This comes after Srinagar police registered a case against PDP leader Iltija Mufti for assaulting and biting a man in uniform during a protest held in Srinagar on the 4th of August.